Hey, Shalom Akim, Yahweh Shem Yahushai Bashem Kakadash Brakatam. I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai Bashem Kakadash, the ones to the other apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect out there that's spreading this word of sincerity and the truth all over the four corners of the earth. Yeah, man, real quick, just some thoughts I was meditating upon, and I was reflecting back on myself for these couple of last days. I was pretty messed up, but sometimes you have to change something in your surroundings, man. You have to change something, a certain way of thinking, or something you've been dealing with or holding on for a long time. Sometimes you just gotta cut it off and loosen up a little bit, man. Sometimes you just too tight, concerning certain matters. Just loosen up, man. Think about what the Apostle Paul said. He said, I count my life but dung, for Yahweh Shem Yahushai's sake. So that's the same thing with us, man. We should count our life but dung, and if you tighten up on all these things, all this stress and all these afflictions that you're going through, at a certain point, you gotta be like, you know what, fuck it, man. But the point I'm heading towards is like, how you do that? Sometimes you gotta do it by changing something in your life. Certain rhythms, can mess you up. Certain rhythms can mess you up at a certain time. Not everyone is the same, of course, but for me, if I keep going on in the same rhythm over and over again, I will kind of get down, man. I get in a certain dip, so then I have to change some things, and this is just some advice that I'm giving you. For example, I changed up my living room today, changed the energy around, because you might come home from work, you might have had a fight with your wife or whatever. You come to your own crib, you toss things around, baby mama might have the government on your ass paying child alimony. You have those letters laying around, and if you got that energy constantly around you, you might get messed up by it, man, because you might not focus on the letter that's on the table, but it's in your surroundings, so you get subliminally reminded of the situation, of what's going on, concerning your problems. And for example, that letter, the child alimony, or whatever, a big fine, 200, 300 euros. You get reminded by constantly keeping that in your line of sight, so to speak. So my advice to you brothers out there is to pay attention to your surroundings and what you have, in your house, where you have it stored. It's good to have a storage place for certain stuff, so when you need it, you can just grab it, and that it's there, but it's not constantly in your sight, so to speak. You don't constantly see it. That's an advice from me to you concerning your house. Now, you might have certain rhythms also, that put these lazy demons upon you. Let's say, for example, every day you come home from work, you will take a nap. Starts off with a couple of minutes, 20, 30 minutes. Then it all of a sudden it's an hour. After a couple of days, it becomes 2 hours. You wake up, you didn't eat, you didn't cook. Then you get into a certain rhythm that is gonna mess you up on the long run, man. This is not the time to sleep. This is not the time to slumber. But spiritually speaking, of course, but also physically, this is the time to make moves, man. To keep your spirit active, because this is not a normal time that we're living in. Okay, this is not the normal time that we're living in. So you gotta keep yourself active, man. Physically and spiritually, watching, keep your body moving. Sometimes that's also the key, man. So what I did to get out of this fucked up vibration was, like I said, I moved my house around, cleaned up a lot of stuff, threw a lot of stuff away, that might bother you, or storage, put it, store it good, and went for a jog, stepped up my training again, and of course that increases your dopamine levels, which dopamine is something your body creates, which is gonna make you feel better. So our bodies are can make it by doing certain activities. If you play games, you like playing games, that might spike your dopamine levels. Then of course, when you go for a jog and you use your body for what it's supposed to be active. You got muscles, you got your legs are the biggest muscles on your body. So when you use them, a lot of blood starts circulating, which moves certain hormones, but also certain toxins through your body. Okay, which that's good. You might be taking herbs, but it doesn't really fit into the right cells. Exercising might help, to circulate the nutrients of these herbs through your body. Okay, so what I did was I moved my house around. I stored certain stuff I didn't want to see. I threw away stuff that was basically useless. I stepped my game up again with some physical exercise, and of course reading, man. You gotta read. Try to read every day, at least one chapter, man. Try to read every day. Okay. Of course the scripture says too much studying is weariness of the flesh, but it's good to read, man. To stay in the spirit. Demons up. It's like your demons want to mess you up, and it's irritating, man. It's irritating. The moment you got these demons under control, that they are not bothering you, basically they can't break you down. What's gonna happen is they're gonna jump up on people that are in your surroundings. So sometimes it's also good to isolate yourself. It's another advice I'm giving you. Sometimes it's good to isolate yourself, and take some time off, man, for yourself. Not no time off from the truth or whatever. That's not what I'm saying, but just from people, man. Just from people. Because what are the characteristics of a soldier? To be solitary. And solitary means being alone, and this truth in itself is a lonely path. Spoke about that a lot in previous videos. This truth is a lonely path, because only you know what you're dealing with, man. Of course you got brothers, which are your companions in this truth, that go through similar things, but not exactly the same things as you be going through. Okay, so some brothers are also they keep stuff to themselves, so that makes it even harder. Some brothers are openly with their situations and their problems. They talk about it, but eventually, if they don't have the right words to explain it, they keep struggling with the things in their mind, and of course, what demons do is they increase your emotions. You might get angry because of a certain thing, but then this one day you get violently angry, Meanwhile, usually you're not like that. Okay. There's this demon that spikes up your anger, in certain situations, so you go off. What does the scripture say? Be angry, but sin not. Okay, but give place unto wrath. Let not the sun go down upon thy wrath. Right. So we shouldn't allow the devil um, to take control of us. Okay, resist the devil, and he shall flee from thee. Okay, but when he flees from you, he jumps upon other people. And when these demons are upon other people, you also gotta resist them, man. You gotta think about it, man. What value does it have to start screaming? What value does it have to deal with a person in a certain way that has no patience in dealing with you? Why the hell would you deal with that person? Why would you talk with a person that doesn't let you finish, but you need to listen to what that person has to say? Why would you do that? So give place unto wrath, man, because that shit can make you violently angry, but you just gotta stay in the spirit, man. So back to my point, it's good to change certain things around. Certain routines that you have might be negative on your body and spirit, man. Like I said, if you get used to sleeping whenever you come home from work every day, you're gonna end up being into a negative road, man. A negative road. You just think you're tired, but you're not. Your body is just getting used to your habits. Okay, so you gotta cut off certain habits, man, to come back in the spirit. Sleeping all the time, eating too much. Okay, and this is a thing that I always did, which is to try a lot of diets, man. You have a lot of diets out there, man. You have the pescatarian diet, the paleo diet, intermittent fasting, okay, keto diet, okay, the pulse diet. You just eat veggies. You don't eat no meat. You abstain from meats. Okay, that's also a good thing, man. Switch that up every now and then. Your body is gonna get shocked, and these demons, you come into a different type of mind state when you change things for your body. How does your body grow? When you train your muscles, how do they grow? When you shock them. If you constantly doing the same thing, your muscles are not gonna develop because they get used to the situation, and then it's gonna be too easy. Okay, it's gonna be too easy, and you don't see no growth, so you're gonna stop, or you're gonna be less motivated. But the moment you start realizing that, hey, if I do full body workout today, and then in a couple of weeks I do chest and back, and then in a couple of weeks I go jogging a lot again, and then in a couple of weeks I work on my flexibility. You switch things up, man. You switch things up, and the mind and the body, they work together. So if your rhythm, like in this world, is all messed up, if there's no balance, if you keep doing the same things over and over again and creating habits, eventually in the spirit you're not gonna be in order neither, man. You're not gonna be in order neither. You're gonna be messed up. You're gonna be lack motivation, lack the spirit to do certain things. Because if you're tired from work and you go to sleep every day after work, and you don't cook for yourself, you order food, you don't do groceries, you don't go for a walk, for a run, how do you expect yourself to go in the scriptures then? How do you expect yourself to make videos? How do you expect to be motivated in those type of things then? If you can't even get your body in check, your energy, tank basically empty, because that's sometimes needed, man. And what does fasting do? Okay, what does fasting do? Fasting lowers your physical energy, man. Okay, you get tired, physically, but Yaharatazah, that builds up the spirit. Okay, you weaken the flesh. What happens when you weaken the flesh? The spirit automatically becomes stronger. Okay, so just some thoughts, man. I was meditating upon, what happened to me and myself the last couple of days. Certain things I had to go through, and yeah, man. You don't always have to grab the bottle to deal with stress. Okay, and with the bottle, I'm talking about liquor. Because when you're in this truth, man, you notice that liquor can numb the pain for a while. Okay, numb the stress, take it away for a bit, but it will come back. So for a man in this truth, it's better for you to find a balance and to find a routine that is satisfying to the spirit, rather than just to forget about it and realize at a certain moment that it's still there. Okay, you gotta create a routine, man, and always adapt. If you look up the word adapt, it says to change into certain circumstances, that are laid on your path. Okay, now in this truth, situations are constantly changing. They are constantly changing, and you need to find a way how to deal with it. Okay, look at this pandemic that's going on right now. Okay, your life is changing, but it's all prophecy. You can't do the things that you used to do. So what you gotta do, you gotta adapt. You gotta flow with the spirit, because swimming against the current is gonna make you tired, and you might give up then. So you gotta make it tolerable for yourself by choosing your routines, man, and switching it up. If that helps, if that works for you, I just give you one of my advices. What works for me, switching up my routines helps. There was a period of time that I would wake up very early in the morning and read a couple of psalms, man. Or wake up early in the morning and go for a jog, and then go to work, and then take some rest when I come home. Go to bed early. Switch it up and see what works for you, man. But we gotta stay strong in this truth. We gotta stay in the spirit. You can't start slacking and being slothful just because you're not feeling good. Nah, man, there's work to be done. There's work to be done, and we gotta do it, and we gotta exhort each other daily, to do what we can in this ministry. Okay. So whatever happens around you, stay in the spirit, man. I want to give all praises, glory, and highest honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Wakakadash. Always keep praying. Also, if you have to, put alarms. Put your alarm. Prayer number 1, prayer number 2, prayer number 3. Put your alarm, man, so you don't slack concerning that needed. Because what does the scripture say? Watch as well as pray. Okay? Pray without ceasing. That's what we got to do, man. We got to keep that connection with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai always and forever. And pray that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai don't take the spirit away from us, but we'll find for us a way to deal with this worldly stress and vanity, okay, that we can keep doing what we have to do for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So yeah, man, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.